What's up, everyone, and welcome down to Zetro's Toxic Vault. And we are going to do another episode today of local bands. And like I've always said, sometimes you don't know of the killer bands that are even in your area, but in the Bay Area, there's a lot of Bay Area bands that they've been out and they've been playing for a while, but maybe you haven't heard of them. Maybe you have. So today's episode, we're going to run on 3 killer bands, 3 of my favorites, and 3 very good friends of mine. They're a Hatchet, Potential Threat, and Monster God. So without any further ado, let's get into Hatchet. So I'm here with Jules from Hatchet. What's up, brother?
Not much, man. Just happy to be here and just awesome to be in your little set here, man.
It's cool, huh? It's cool. Talk to me about Hatchet.
Well, we are, I guess you could call us a Bay Area band, even though some of our members are from pretty far away at this point. But started in 2006, just, kids in a garage doing, the typical thing.
I know that.
And, met a few more people through Craigslist, put the band together. We quickly got signed to a decent label, put out an album in 2008, and we put out 3 more since then, basically. So,
So leading up to the first record, are you still with the same lineup? Is it the same guys, or did something change in there? Is it this,
No, I'm probably on about my 5th or 6th different full lineup right now.
Okay, so that happens, and I want to discuss that, and that's a part that people don't get when I'm talking to the newer bands, that are really trying to hit it in this, and good for you guys too, because you're really hitting it, and you're trying every angle you can to get your name out there, and that's what you have to do.
Sure.
And unfortunately, people don't realize that the rock and roll dream is just a myth, you know what I mean? And they don't understand it's a lot of work. It's a lot of heartache to get up on that stage for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, sometimes 90 minutes, and that's the best part of the day. So talk about going into the first record and into the first tour, and what were the other members thinking? Like that's why you said you've had to make, you've been basically the only stringent member in Hatchet for the most part. Have there been any others? Any of the other guys have been now with you? How long? Who's been with you the longest, I guess I would say? Well,
kind of to separate from your question, kind of the current lineup has actually been with me the longest. The current lineup, the same 4 members have been here for now about 4 years. We have Clayton Cagle on guitar, Devin Raichi on bass, Ben Smith on drums, and then me on guitar and vocals.
And how long have you guys been? This has been how long for this inception?
About 4 years now.
4 years now. Yeah. So I mean, that's a good solid time together.
It is. Yeah,
4 years is a good solid time. So I guess you would have to say that Hatchet is in its full right now, because if you're solid with the lineup and it's 4 years into it, everybody knows their part and knows what they're supposed to do. They know what it's all about too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk about touring on this level. Tell people what it's like when you have to go out there. And I know, they think everybody thinks it's David Lee Roth backstage, and they don't understand how it is. And I want them to know that, you're a hungry band who's out there kicking ass, and it takes some hard work.
Well, I mean, to be honest, it depends how you look at it. If you asked me this question about 10 or 8 years ago, I would have said, man, it's the greatest thing out there, being able to see all these things and do these things and drive around and play and do all this stuff. And then after you've been going through it for that long, and we're technically still an opener support band kind of a thing.
Sure, I understand that. I do.
And, it's just a thing of, showing up, wait for everybody else to do their stuff. You got 5 minutes to throw your gear on stage. Everybody has to be there, ready to do it. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Then you get your quick, half an hour on stage. Then you're doing your thing. Then you're done. I mean, some parts of it are great. Like you said, when you're on a stage and you have those moments where, the sound's good or, decent, and then you have a good crowd and you're in front of a lot of people, that feedback between it makes it all worth it. But, it's usually I'm sure, 2 in 10 shows end up being that way or something like that. I mean, it depends, where everything kind of gels,
I want you to know that every band gets those. We still get them to these days. I call them clunkers. Yeah. And we'll show up and go, whoa, what's going on out there tonight? Guess nobody got the memo that Exodus is in town. Sure, and that happens to everybody. I mean, I know every band on my level that happens to. Not every tour is completely sold out to the hilt for everything, you know? And so you take those with a grain of salt, but you've kept interested and you've kept going for all these. In fact, we had you guys with us at Slim's last year.
Yeah, It's almost been a full year since
I
that. It's
know,
kind of crazy.
we haven't even really played all that many shows, so
Yeah.
to me, it's like, oh yeah, that was just like 2 shows ago for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So yeah, believe me, I'm salivating. Everybody knows. And so, so what's now? You've put 4 records out, right?
Correct.
And your last one came out last year, right?
Yes.
And you've done some touring for it, or you've done extensive touring, or
We did a European tour and 2 kind of smaller U.S. tours behind it last year.
Where'd you go in Europe? Did you do any festival runs, or did you get?
We were actually supporting Raven on
really?
their run they did over there. Yeah, there was no festivals. It was pretty much just all kind of tailing those guys. It was basically a club tour, kind of a small mid club
Gallagher's
tour.
are great guys.
They're awesome, dude.
Yeah,
they're
are.
funny too. They're just
They're
very
just very-
animated guys, and they're cool. They're nice
happy
too.
to
They're
be
cool
in the
guys.
business, man. I love Raven. I love Raven. All for one for all.
Exactly.
Yeah, cool. So what did you do in the States by yourself, or?
No, we were actually out with another band called Ex Mortis. They're friends of
Oh
ours.
yeah,
and
we
shit.
just Exes played with them last night.
Oh really?
We were at
that's right.
Comic-Con,
Yeah.
and I had Conan on my show. You know what I mean? Before,
Yeah.
So I love those. I love those guys. Again, another hardworking band that's
Very
really
hardworking.
trying. You know that they're constantly hitting it, and that's. It's like, even my son's band, Hatchet, they're the same way. You guys are all in that level where you got to hit it the best you can.
Yeah.
So what are we going to go next? What's going on with?
Well, it's honestly, it's been about a year since we did anything. There's just been a lot of things going on personally with us that we all had to deal with, kind of
That
adulting
happens,
and
brother.
stuff. But
That happens.
yeah, but now
Kids.
that we have a chance to do it again, we're actually going to be going out in about 6 weeks on tour with Cataclysm.
Love Cataclysm.
Ex-Hoarder, which I am extremely stoked to go out
Slaughter
with.
in the Vatican.
Dude, I can't wait. I can't
I know
wait.
those guys.
Yeah.
Tell them Zetro says what's
I
up. Yeah,
definitely
they're my
will,
boys.
man.
They're my boys.
And then Christian, Brazilian death metalers. I'm sure you know. Christian, is that
Christian. Yeah,
Christian.
Christian is how you pronounce it.
Oh,
Christian.
okay.
Yeah, they're great, and they're gods down there too. Yeah, Christian. We played with them many times
Christian.
in South America.
I've never heard it pronounced that way,
It's
but good to
Christian.
know that before I meet
But-
the guys and shake
yeah,
their
Christian,
hands.
because we don't say our letters like that, but when you down there, yeah,
Christian.
Christian.
Okay. Good to know. Yeah. So it'll be basically a 4-band package. We're opening it. We'll do our typical, 30-minute thing or whatever we got to
Cool.
do. But we're
That sounds a good package.
It is a very good package.
That is a good
And we're
package.
actually going to be playing with you guys in Atlanta.
Oh, you're on that too.
The Slaughter Q thing. Yeah, we're on that bill. Yeah.
At Masquerade,
Yep.
they're doing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
gonna. Oh, good. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so we'll be on the same bill there.
We're hanging out. Any other shows you want to plug right now? Do you have anything going on?
Well, actually, the only other thing, only because I don't know if I'm supposed to mention it. I guess you can edit it. That Sean Killian will be here later. But our second show on the tour is going to be a festival that we share the bill with Violence. So that'll be another cool thing to plug
That's
for that
awesome.
tour. So,
Fuck
anyways,
yeah, we plug them as we don't care.
Yeah.
They don't know when Sean's coming in or what. It's irrelevant.
Yeah, okay.
That's fucking awesome. Tell us where everybody can get a hold of you guys. Give me Facebook. Give me Instagram. Where can they get Hatchet? Website, record label, everything.
Everything. Okay, yeah, definitely. Facebook.com/Hatchet Official. Instagram, I believe it's Instagram, whatever it is, .com/Hatchet Official. Those are pretty much the 2 places that you can get the most info from us. I mean, social media is just
Your
where it's
record
at,
label?
so, the record label is Combat Records right now.
Are you with Combat?
Yeah, underneath Ellefson and Ellefson and Tom
Nice.
Hazard. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So they're the ones that
Nice.
actually put this one out. So
Good.
yeah.
So go get that. Go
Absolutely.
get that and go out and check these guys out. They are the next wave, like Hatred, like Ex Mortis,
Yeah.
I'm getting gray here. We're getting older, you know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm not ready to do it for the next 30 years, 30, 55, 30, 85. Yeah, I think I can do it till I'm 85. We'll see how that goes, but the future is right here. Thanks for being here, brother.
No, thanks for having me. I appreciate
Awesome.
it.
Very nice.
Thanks.
What's up, everyone? Back to the local episode, part 2. And we're with Kenny from Potential Threat. What's up, brother? Good to have you in the vault.
Doing good, man. How you doing, Zetro?
Good, man. I'm real good. Hey, man, I want you to tell me, kind of about, how you, because you guys have been together like for
Long time.
a long fucking
Yeah,
time.
we've been
You're
around
one.
for a while.
A lot of people
For
like
sure.
the unsung Bay Area. I'd
Yeah.
have to say unsung Bay, but still hanging out and it's still heavy as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Talk
Yeah,
about
still
that,
trying to
brother.
do it. Yeah, we started in like 1986.
I know.
Right?
When we was all kids.
I think we played the Stone. Our first show at the Stone was with Heathen in 87. January of 87, I believe it was. So that was a while ago.
And that was the opening for Heathen then?
Yeah, that
Or
was opening for Heathen.
Wow,
Yeah.
at the Stone.
At the Stone.
Which is now a strip club, I believe.
Yeah, I haven't been there.
For all you people wondering about the Bay Area history. And
that Broadway used to really jump, but it doesn't anymore.
no,
Have
it's
you been
not
down
that
there?
anymore.
There's
Not
nothing.
in a while. There's no clubs
nothing. Yeah.
anymore because
Yeah.
there was the Mabube across the street.
Right, yeah,
Rock
sure.
on Broadway
Sure.
across the street.
Yeah.
Wolfgang's around the corner on
Yeah,
Columbus.
there you go.
So there was a lot of in the area.
Even
in North,
Morty's down there, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Morty's?
right.
Called
Nordy's
Morty's?
in the North Bay.
Yeah.
And so that it's clubs are non-existent
Yeah.
in our world, but those
Not that
those
area.
were the good old days.
Yeah,
those were the and you started with your brother, right?
Yeah. Mike and I have been playing together for our whole lives.
What's that like
Yeah.
playing with your brother?
Oh, it's the best. Yeah.
Because I did get to play with my kids for a little while.
Oh, yeah, that's
for just a short brief.
Yeah, we
period.
played
That
with
was
you
kinda
guys.
cool. That's right,
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah, that was
we
fun.
did some stuff, and that was
great.
kind of cool. But talk about the camaraderie that you guys have.
Yeah,
and
I
what
mean,
it's like.
right now it's even better because back in those days we were a 5-piece. We had 5 guys in the band. We had a lead singer, 2 guitar players. You know, the Exodus Testament lineup.
Sure.
So that's what everyone had seen back in those days. So.
Well, 2 guitars always seems
2
more
guitars,
fuller
yeah,
Anyway, you know,
that was
it's
always-
always been that way.
But see, Mike and I did a lot of the writing then, but you know we had someone putting lyrics and vocals to it, so it's always kind of hard to write around a singer. So now Mike's doing vocals, so he can write. Him and I can just write everything together. You know, the full song, lyrics, vocals, and
And Kenny,
drums
how
and
long has it
guitar.
been that way now? How long has it been
It's
that
been
Mike has
that
been the
way
singer?
probably since like 2000.
Since 2000, so
Yeah.
20 years. You've
Yeah,
been-
because Mike started doing vocals in I believe it was 2000. Yeah. So yeah, didn't want to do the lead singer thing anymore. It was too hard to write when Mike could just write what he knows what he can sing to.
Right.
So he just writes it, and it's a lot easier.
Well, it's easier if the singer writes as well, and if he can write to the music.
Yeah,
You know, I'm a lyrics to music guy.
Yeah.
I write my lyrics to music. If you give me a song, I'll take the music melody and I'll put a vocal melody to it. It's easier for me. I don't know. I guess
Yeah, that's
people
cool.
write in reverse. I don't see how you can necessarily, if you want to have the vocal hook follow the music, unless you write the music to the vocal hook. I
Yeah,
guess
right.
I don't think metal necessarily works that way though.
No, right.
You know?
With singers, we always would, just sit there and jam on stuff and bring ideas in. And if they couldn't put vocals to it, then we had to get
Right.
rid of it or something.
I guess.
Or, sit on it, bring it back later. Maybe he'd be in a better mood to try something for it. But
So now talk about growing up as kids, because this is, and I ask everybody who's on this, what was the influence? Were your parents listening to a certain type of hard '60s music? Beatles, or you
Oh,
you don't
Beatles,
know?
yeah, Beatles.
Beatles, '60s. I mean, because
Sure.
that's what was time.
That
Jimi
was the
Hendrix,
heaviest
The
thing.
Doors, right?
Yeah.
When the Beatles went psychedelic in '68, it was very everybody was very heavy time. That was
Yeah.
considered.
Oh,
if
yeah,
you were talking about
absolutely.
metal, I mean, that was
Yeah.
probably the heaviest kind of music for the
Yeah.
time. What was, because I always say, my dad was a biker. I listened to
Oh,
Zeppelin and
see,
Black
there you
Sabbath
go.
when he was working on Harleys in the garage.
Right.
And so,
Right.
what were you into
I didn't
horror?
have any of that, no.
Were you into horror movies too? I mean,
No, Kiss really started it for
Kiss
us.
started it for you guys.
So, yeah, Mike and I, I think I was like 12 and Mike was 13, we went and saw Kiss at the Cow Palace. Yeah, it was all over after that. So
my first show ever was Kiss the day Elvis died.
Oh, in 77.
That was 77.
Yeah, see, I
was
missed
that
one.
that was a Love Gun tour that they were on. And
see, I would have loved to seen that.
I remember Ken Orman's mom brought us there.
Yeah?
I was.
Did she go to the concert with you?
Yes, she did.
Yeah,
Actually,
see, my
she
dad
did.
dropped us off and said,
She did. No,
meet you,
because
pick you
we
back
lived-
up here later. Don't get raped.
Because we lived out in Dublin, so to drive from Dublin to the Cow Palace and then back after a concert
Yeah.
would have been almost
Yeah,
3.5
that's true.
hours in a
That's
car.
true.
So
That's
she
true.
just kind of hung
Cow
out.
Palace, though?
Yeah, Cow Palace.
that's
Yeah.
the same. Ours
yeah.
was 79.
Yeah.
Dynasty tour. Not as good as
Yeah,
Love Gun.
yeah, Love Gun. It was
Dynasty,
some-
dude, they were just
That was, and
out
it
of
was just my
control.
first show, but I was more of a Zeppelin guy. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
Miss Zeppelin at the Day in the Green. Did you go to that?
no, I didn't.
That was like
My dad was like
77 too,
my
Walter went to that.
my aunt wanted to take me, but my dad knew she was a stoner, and she was like, he ain't going to Led Zeppelin with her.
No, okay, yeah, that's too bad.
So hey, you brought Mike down in the vault with you, didn't
yeah,
you?
yeah, I did.
Cool. Is he fucking? I think he's fucking with Red Rum right now. I think he's playing with Spider.
Yeah, the spider was around earlier. I
Yeah,
saw.
he might be playing with him right now. Let me get him in here.
Yeah,
Rapping
yeah,
him.
absolutely.
Awesome. Good having you in, Kenny.
Thanks a lot, Zetro.
No problem.
Right on.
We're back with Mike Noble from Potential Threat. We just got done talking. You know, Kenny's playing with the spider
Yeah.
now. Were you playing with Red Rum for a little there, Mikey?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
It's kind of fun.
That thing's huge.
As long as you don't get too close to it, right? I know it's hairy and grow. You know what? We don't have a rat population down here because of it.
Because you're a fighter.
So he was telling us you guys kind of grew up on Kiss and stuff like that. Is that for when you started playing guitars? That was Ace like your guy?
More Paul Stanley, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I know everyone
Really?
loves Ace. I mean, that's cool.
Really?
but,
I know. I'm not saying that Paul wasn't. Paul was very.
dude. He's good.
He's
though.
great. He's
Like,
great.
rhythm and, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Always loved his guitar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he always had the cool white
With
like,
the Shattered Iceman, right?
Yeah, exactly. The Iceman. Yeah,
Played the Shattered
Ibanez,
Iceman.
yeah.
So you know, I always loved that about him. When okay, so you saw Kiss. Were you playing music already, or did you
dabbling? You know,
dabbling?
Yeah.
When did you guys start getting serious with it?
Oh, like I want to say like 80 in the garage, like guitar. Ken was playing drums, and Kiss really did it. But then Van Halen came around. I was
Sure.
like, oh man.
And did that make you want to play lead more, or become a better guitar player?
I thought Eddie was like just the best, and like there's no anyone
At
to
that
top
point,
that,
I don't think at that point there wasn't.
So I was learning like AC/DC riffs and
Right.
Led Zeppelin riffs and stuff like that.
And Jimmy was my hero. Actually, Jimmy
I love
Page
Jimmy,
was
dude.
my hero. I love Jimmy
Jimmy,
Page.
dude.
Jimmy
He's
was my
amazing.
hero.
Yeah.
I
Great
wanted to be a
songwriter.
guitar player.
Oh, you
Actually,
did? That's cool.
before vote, I can
Yeah.
play a little guitar.
Right on.
That's how it started for me. But yeah,
That's cool.
Jimmy was my guy.
Yeah, he's awesome. Amazing guitar player.
So
Great songwriter.
when did you guys got together? Kenny said your first gig was in '87.
Right.
When did the first record come out?
That was like 2000 and
That long?
Yeah,
no, wait
I
a
know.
minute. I don't
Well,
think,
you know why?
Why did I know? There was a Potential Threat record in the '90s, right?
No,
was it a demo or something? Because there was something
we did
with
two
that
demos, yeah. We did
because
two
there was
demos.
something with the logo. Because I
with
remember the fist.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on,
yeah.
I
Yeah,
remember that.
We did two demos, and in '92 it was over, and Ken and I left for Germany, and we lived over there and did a band over there. And
What'd you do over there? Where's your band?
A band called Shock Factor, and another band called 2 Second Mickey, and it's just
Where in Germany?
Bielefeld.
Bielefeld,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know it, huh?
Of course I know
I know you
Bielefeld.
know Thomas. I know
I know Thomas.
Yeah,
friend.
yeah.
The Blue Army.
Yeah,
The Blue Army. Bielefeld.
Right
Of
on,
course
man.
I do.
Yeah.
And I have a shirt somewhere in
cool.
my house that's got the mascot on it. It's got
Yeah,
Bielefeld.
that's cool.
Blue Army.
I seen Gary wearing the Bielefeld jacket. I
Yeah,
have one of those.
none
So
of
I was
those
like,
guys have teeth.
Dude, I know.
None of them. You didn't get involved in any of that, did you?
No.
We're
But yeah, I
talking
knew-
about soccer hooligans
Yeah,
or what they are.
those guys are cool,
and
man.
they're everywhere because obviously they're all over the place. So, and they follow their teams very seriously. And we know one. Thomas is a very personal friend of ours. He's actually
Great guy.
barbecuing in Sweden right now.
Yeah. I'm
He's
friends with him on
one of-
Facebook and stuff.
Yeah, he's one of the top barbecue chefs over there.
Yeah.
And he's doing really, really well. And he was actually one of the main hooligans on
Yeah.
there. But I'm very fascinated by that.
Yeah,
So
Thomas, what up?
when did you? So you came back to the States in 2000?
It was 2000, yeah. And then, we got it together with our old bass player, Tom. I know you know Tom, too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually tried out for Exodus. And,
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know
that
Tom.
was like in 90, I can't remember. When
90
you had Mike
92.
Baker. Yeah.
92, right,
That's when I
Richard
met you the
Bellingham.
first time, and I met
Yeah.
Gary and Rick and Tempesta on drums.
Johnny.
Yeah. And, so it was just a three-piece. We were just a three-piece at one point. And, we did the album with actually Damien on the bass.
Yeah,
Damien Sisson,
Damien.
who's in Death Angel.
Right. We love Damien.
So we love Damien. And
he still plays. He's still.
he's still playing, but we got a
he's still-
sub. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's
we
so
have.
busy.
We know. We have one of those guys. Well, it's almost over that tour, but we've had a sub for the last 5 years.
Oh, that's
too.
right. That's right.
We've had a
Reagan.
sub,
Yeah.
So we know that sub thing. Yeah. So how many records totally? Because this is
We
a
got
new
three.
album now.
This is
Talk
the
about
third
this
one.
a little bit.
Oh yeah, it just came out last July and last month, and
Label.
it's Ragnarok
Ragnarok,
Records.
uh-huh.
And it's Stefan Becker. Yeah, he signed us, and
What's the name of the record?
Threat to Society.
Who produced the album?
Juan Ortega.
Juan Urtiaga.
Urtiaga, sorry.
He's I know we
Yeah,
fucked
yeah.
that name up constantly. The only time I got it right is when I had him in on my show
Yeah,
and
I
he
seen
said it,
that
and I
one.
go, "Oh, so that's how you say it." I used to say Christine Urtiaga, or his wife, or him, and I just always say
Right.
to refer to them Juan and Urtiaga. He's the best.
He's the best.
Juan is the
yeah,
best.
Yeah, he gets tone. He gets the the.
Oh, he
Jaja.
knows that, and he's a
He
good
gets the
vocal
Jaja.
coach because he sang in viol.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he's a good vocal coach. Yeah, for sure, man. He
touring
helped
for
me.
this record, Mike.
We got some shows. We're working on some tours. Hopefully Europe. Next year. Try to get on your tour, but
That would
that's
be.
not
You
gonna
never
happen.
know.
So we
You
just
never.
tried,
Well,
though.
that one tour. Oh, that tour. Yeah.
But we've been over there a couple times with the first record. We've been over to Germany. We did
Any
a couple
festivals?
Tours. No, just clubs and stuff.
Yeah, it's you know,
Fun, though.
it is fun, isn't it?
Germany gets it, they get metal. It's
Yeah,
like
they do.
thrash and
They do really get
but it
it.
kind of died over here. That's why we jumped
Doesn't-
ship.
I don't know if it really died. I think it went. It
True,
definitely
true.
died. I think everybody went and raised their families. And now
Yeah.
their kids are all grown up and they're coming back in droves.
Good point.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah, I
know,
think you're right.
Slayer
Yeah.
was in clubs. They're in arenas again.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that because of the kids? I don't think so. I think it's because the kids have all grown up and the parents are all out. So
Speaking of Slayer, we got to play with them in South of Heaven tour. Just one show at the Stone.
at the Stone.
That was fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah,
Sick,
great
dude.
guys.
That's where I played in the biggest audience ever. I was like, holy camole! It's like 800 people, packed.
Well,
Yeah.
tell people where
Anyway.
they can get the record. Talk about where they can get a hold of Potential Threat.
You gotta come see us live.
Where can they do that? Is there anything
Yeah,
booked right now?
we got Slims on the 10th of this month.
Of
August, and we got September 13th in Sunnyvale, Evolution Bars with Magica, band of Magica.
I love Magic.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah.
And the show at Slim's is with Hemlock, Mystic Rage, and Mudface.
Oh, great.
So, yeah,
Great
it'd
lineup.
be cool. Yeah, it'd be cool.
All good Bay Area bands. All great Bay Area bands.
Yeah. It's kind of like a record release party, kinda for us, I guess, But you can get it on our Facebook. You can get it on the Ragnarok Records. You can get it there, and that's
Cool.
yeah, cool.
Well, you guys go check them out. They are some of the Bay Area's best. We try to get you some of the stuff that maybe you haven't heard of, but it's out there and killer. Potential Threat. Put it in your disc player and bang your head. Welcome back, everyone, and rounding out part 2 of the Bay Area best of the local bands that maybe some of you guys haven't heard of, but some of I have. Mr. Mike Coffin from Monster God. Good to have you in. Of course, everybody knows him from Defiance, and there'll be a full episode on Defiance, I can guarantee you, with Mike. But we want to talk about Monster God right now. When did you put Monster God together?
We got together about a little more than 2 years ago. Me and Mike Smario and Carl Casalori just got together and just started jamming for the hell of it, and started to come together pretty good. So I said, "What the hell? Let's do a show," and went over pretty good, And here we are.
So what's the lineup? Tell everybody who's in the band now.
Me, Mike Smario, vocals, guitar, Carl Casalori, drums.
So-
It's just a 3-piece.
Right. And we've actually done a couple of things together with my tribute band, and I think you guys have played with my son's band as well. Haven't you done something with Hatchet too?
Yeah, and we got one coming up.
Right, and that's right. You got one coming up at Slim's August 30th. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. That'll be a good line, I believe. That's also with Potential Threat is on that
No,
too.
it's with the Watchers.
Oh, the Watchers. That's right. Tim Narducci's band. Yeah, right.
And, what's the Suicide Queen?
Suicide Queen. Awesome. So, what made you wanted to get into this again? What do you like me? Are you a martyr? You just can't get enough of it?
You know what's funny is we did a Defiance reunion like 8 years ago, and when that was over, I was just like so sick of it. It just like drained me. So I hung up my bass for about 2 years, and then I just started playing. Again, I was playing all this, thrash stuff, practicing all the fast stuff, and then I saw Mikey and Carl post something on Facebook, and I called up Mike. I said, "Hey man, you need a bass player?" And they said, "Yeah, come down." So I started jamming with them, and they're like, "Dude, can you play slower?" And they're like, they didn't want to do anything thrash.
Uh-huh.
Seeing us with Doom.
Right. It totally Doom.
So I totally had to.
I mean, Crowbar kind of like Doom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is that one of your influences? Because it's very Crowbar. Doom. Has that total
Definitely.
down groove to it, brother.
Yeah. Crowbar. Some of the others. Acid Bath.
Acid Bath. Yeah.
Definitely, that's one of our favorites. But so what I did was I went out and I got a distortion pedal. I got a wah, got a whole new bass rig and changed my style, and I'm loving it, man. I use the wah in almost every song.
Uh-huh.
And it's just and the bass is like a dominant force in our songs. And I'm not used to that being in a thrash band, you know, with two guitars, and the bass is always kind of behind everything a little bit. And this band, it's not. You know,
Well, not if you're a Motorhead either, though. Let me set the bar for that, right, Mike?
yeah, that's a 3-piece though, and we're talking, you know, guitar. I've never been in a band with one guitar until now, so it's been kind of cool for me, and I love jamming with these guys.
Cool. So what's we have a demo here, right?
No, it's actually an EP.
This EP, and which label are we on?
AIW, same one as Skin Lab.
Same one as Skin Lab, huh?
Yeah. In fact, Steve, thank you. He's the one that got us the deal.
Nice. Where can you get this, and where is it available at?
You can buy it online at AIW.
Spotify, iTunes, any of that stuff?
All
It's
that,
there.
yeah.
It's all there.
Yeah, it's all there. I would just go to the website and buy it. That's, I'm sure, but I know it's on Spotify.
You know it's on Spotify. Awesome. Any other shows coming up?
Let's see, we're playing the Redwood Metal Fest in 2 weeks. I think that's August 17th. Up the second year in a row doing that. That's a lot of fun. And then
Yeah, I think my boys played that last year. So
Did they?
I
I
think
don't-
they played them
I don't remember.
one of those years. I saw them on the back of a shirt. It said Redwood Metal Fest.
This is like the sixth.
Oh, yeah?
One, so I don't know, but Ukiah, you know, it's. We were up there last year, and it was during the fire. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, my eyes were burning, man. It was crazy.
That's the worst.
Yeah, so looking forward to some clear skies this year. You know,
Cool. So already writing songs for another one?
for another. Oh yeah.
Another or full length record? You said this is an E EP.
Yeah, we are definitely writing new songs. We're looking forward to doing an album next year, and we just played a new song. We just played with you last Saturday, and
Yeah,
we busted
with
out
the
a new
tribute
song
band.
then, and yeah, we're having a blast.
That's what it's all about, is having fun with it.
Absolutely.
I mean, I wouldn't play music if I was not having fun with music.
We never thought that we would even do as much as we have. You know, we're doing this. For
Yeah, as
fun.
long as you're having fun with it, brother.
Yeah,
Right on.
yeah, having a great time.
Cool. Good having you in for Monster God.
All right, man.
Nice. You guys, remember to leave me comments. This one has been all about Hatchet, Potential Threat, and Monster God. 3 of the Bay Area bands that are kicking ass in the Bay Area that some of you people out in the world that are watching my show somewhere may not have heard of. You need to go check this type of shit out. From time to time, I'm going to give you all kinds of new bands, especially the new Bay Area sound, so you guys can see what the Bay Area's producing. So remember, subscribe to my channel, leave me some comments, and we'll be back with more Bay Area bands real soon in the vault.